Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The ISUPK, under commanding General Yahana, presents the Lord's 57th annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person, ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under commanding General Yahana. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
Check. Check. All right, there you go. Shalom, Israel. We're the ISUPK, starting 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yahanda. And tonight's is the Brotherhood class. Salakia. Let me get my notes out. Not just closed. All right. Because we live in a world where brotherhood isn't taught, it isn't practiced, and it is not shown in America. You know what I'm saying? Because in America, they'll teach you to backstab your brother. They'll teach you to trust Esau. You'll trust Esau holidays, but you won't trust the brother that's selling you some food. You won't trust you. We always doubt the restaurants our brothers set up. We doubt the businesses our brothers set up, saying they charge too much and all these things. But when it comes to America and their taxes, we think there's a reason. We believe in Trump, what he says. You know what I'm saying? These are the things that our people suffer from. When we suffer these things is because we fall into America's ideology that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are always criminal and are always doing bad. But instead, the enemy is your oppressor. You know what I'm saying? The enemy is the person that had you in captivity or us in captivity. You know what I'm saying? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you aren't the enemy to your brother. You know what I'm saying? I would have more compassion for your brother because they are in the same captivity as you. You know what I'm saying? Throw it to the Most High for bringing upon this war that's bringing all these nations together to clash. And while you sweating, you actually should be glad. You should be giving thanks to the Most High, because if there's war and there's unrest in America, you know what that means for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians? Freedom. That means freedom is near. Your king is coming. The Most High hears your prayers every time your mother prayed, that you prayed, and you were sitting and tired of them taxes and them and your bills keep coming on the first and all of this. You prayed, and Most High heard it. Most High seen you crying. You know what I'm saying? And he's ready for his people to come out of captivity. I'm gonna start with Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 10. Sluggy, give me a second. Read mine. Okay. All right. Never trust thine enemy. For Blacks and Hispanics, we need to first recognize who the enemy is. The enemy isn't your neighbor that lives across the street. You know what I'm saying? Just because he does drugs from Lord knows what's going on, what happened in his childhood. Lord knows what happened in his life. He can have a whole bunch of things going on in his life. He's doing drugs to escape the oppression that he's going through. But you look at him in such disgust because you ain't go through what he went through, and you just look at him like a lower class citizen. You know what I'm saying? And you think you up there with the oppressor. In all reality, you are not up there with the oppressor, because just like LeBron James, P. Diddy, all of these other superstars that are Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian found out later on is that you will never be white. You'll never be the oppressor. You know what I'm saying? Because just as Salaki, I'm getting too far. It says, never trust thine enemy. You know what I'm saying? For you to trust your enemy is a stupid thing. You know what I'm saying? Especially for all you street dudes that say, yeah, you'll never get caught lacking, but always get caught lacking. You know what I'm saying? You getting caught lacking by the oppressor. If you selling drugs, if you pushing this war thinking that Black and Hispanic men and women and children need to sign up for the war and fight for America, you're a fool and you're a traitor. You're a turncoat. Because why would you support Blacks and Hispanics dying and shedding blood for a nation that already sheds the blood here? Our babies die here from the drugs that the white man push. I mean, Salaki, the oppressor push. They die here from the propaganda. I mean, this is so crazy, right? Because I work with oppressors. You find out, right? The oppressor, he's so ditzy and dumb too. You know what I'm saying? Just like the brothers that smoke hella weed. You know what I'm saying? Sitting around watching what they call those things. It's not controversy. It's a C word for it. Conspiracies. You sit around saying, white Esau do that too. Right? So they sit around and they making conspiracies about the Jewish man too now. You know what I'm saying? They say how he controls the porn industry. He controls the diamond district. He controls money. They think Epstein Island. So they got these conspiracy theories. And you just now coming to realization that the Jewish people of today's world is not really true. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on this planet knew that, right? So they know that the Jewish man controls all of these industries, but they'll still go watch the porn. They'll still go do that because that's what they believe in. And they get no repercussions for that for now. You know what I'm saying? They see that repercussions with this war and they can't fight it. They're trying so hard not to go into this war, but the Most High is pulling every nation into this war because it has to happen. Just like if you selling drugs and you think you about to get out of the game scot-free, and the Most High, you know how the movies that like a good movie, I won't say good, but like a simple movie, Minister Society, he think he about to get out of the street life, and you know, at the end of the movie, he gets shot. You know what I'm saying? That's the white man. I mean, Esau. You know what I'm saying? That's the oppressor. He's not getting out of this war. He's not getting out of this spanking that the Most High has for him. He's not getting out of that. This war has to happen. And this is why you shouldn't trust thine enemy and you shouldn't join him. Because you join your enemy, you're going to die and perish just like your enemy. What you should be doing is going over to celebrate Passover in Houston, Texas. You know what I'm saying? That's what you should be doing, joining your brother. Instead, you so worried about this war. What's the holiday coming up right now? What's today? St. Patty's? No. For the Catholics, it's Lent. I think it's the week of Lent or whatever. I went to Catholic school. Lent. You know what I'm saying? You about to go get ash on your forehead on Ash Wednesday tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? You about to go do that and think you a part of the oppressor's world, but then you go outside of there and the oppressor is still calling you a Negro. He still thinks you're a monkey. He still thinks you're nothing but a criminal, a rapist, or a degenerate. But while he goes to that church with you, he smiles and everything in your face, but he looks down on you. Never trust thine enemy, because you know what happens when you trust thine enemy? You'll end up dead. You'll end up dead. Go ahead on them fishing trips. Go ahead on all those little adventures with these so-called oppressors. You know what I'm saying? You'll wind up hurt severely. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to continue. For like as iron rusteth, if you know anything about iron, right? You leave iron in the rain or any the air has moisture in it regardless, right? But so like a good example, right? I work with tools and we got these things called nines or Klein pliers, lineman pliers, whatever you want to call it, right? If you leave it outside for a certain amount of time, it's going to rust. A lot of times these things are made out of iron. They can be made out of a lot of metals, but a lot of times this is made out of iron. So you know what happens? It rusts. So this is like a comparison. The scripture is talking about is comparing your enemy to something that always happened. It's a science. It always has to happen. This iron is going to rust whether the iron likes it, whether you like it or not, whether you want to preserve your tools or not, this tool is always going to iron. No matter how much you shine it, no much how much you put WD-40 and all this. This chemical reaction, that's what happens when it rusts. This chemical reaction is going to happen to this tool, right? This iron, and it's going to rust. Black man, Hispanic man, you can't change the white man. You can't change the African man, and you can't change the damn the Jewish man. He is going to be evil. I don't care how many hugs and kumbayas y'all do around the circle. Esau is going to be evil. That is his nature. He is an animalistic being. That is actually what he was sent on this earth to be. You know what I'm saying? Just like you have your purpose on this earth. And it's time for us as a people to get back to that purpose. We weren't sent here to be weed heads, crack heads, drug heads. We weren't sent here to be killers, murderers. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't sent here to be rapists. We weren't sent here to be like the heathen. You know what I'm saying? The heathen eats babies. The heathens kill their babies. You know what I'm saying? They do unrealistic things. Blacks and Hispanics, that's not what we do. You know what I'm saying? So it says, for as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So we already explained how the chemical reaction when it comes to rust and how it's always going to happen, right? So Esau is always going to be wicked. Salakia. You know what I'm saying? So this comparison is talking about how evil he is. And I mean, if you just look at history in real life, is it not true? We fought all the hundreds of years to be quote unquote so-called equal. We had the civil rights, Jim Crow, slavery, emancipation, industrial era. We showed white people that we can be civilized civilians. We can be civilized people. You know what they did? Tulsa, Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? Panama, Cuba, the Move family or the Move neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? They showed you time and time again. Doesn't matter if you were trying to play by their rules. It don't matter if you don't break any laws. Tulsa, Oklahoma didn't break any laws. They didn't do anything. Why did they have to get massacred? Why did that have to happen? A Christian cannot answer those things. You know what a Christian will do? They'll push out blessings for the soldiers to go to war for America, saying that they're doing the right thing. In reality, they should be teaching the youth of their church that you should not fight for this country because this country has never fought for you. They tried at every corner to sell you. They sell you to, I remember I taught this one time. They sell you to the highest bidder still to this day. If you really look at how your neighborhoods are set up, right? And this is not a conspiracy. This is facts. Look it up, history, whatever you want to call it. You look on your corners, where is the black store? What, you see 1 in 10, maybe? A barbershop? You know what I'm saying? Last time I checked, black women are the reason why the nails and the designs are so popular. Why aren't they flooded? Why is all the nail shops owned by Asians? Why isn't the hood flooded with nail spots owned by sisters? Why? Because last time I checked, every time you look on social media, it's a sister making these beautiful designs with the nails and the trends with the nails. These are sisters. The weave, the hairstyles. Where's the hair salons? Not the hair salons, the hair stores. You know what I'm saying? Last time I checked, it was sisters that made weave and all of that popular and look good. What happened to those things? Why is the Asians owning it? Because you were sold to the highest bidder. Why is it that an Arab is selling fried chicken? Why is it the Arab can sell fried chicken in a black? This is the thing that blows me. That we really, because I like some asides. Me and my brother, we like asides. You know what I'm saying? Why is it that's the only fried chicken spot in my neighborhood and it's owned by an Arab? Last time I checked, that was a black food. That was a black delicacy. That's our culture. Fried chicken. Why is it called Korean fried chicken? Like you were sold to the highest bidder. Think about the hip hop, your rap. Think about that. Why is all the music industry that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians we run? Ain't no white, ain't no Asian, no African. They ain't rapping like you, black Hispanic man, black and Hispanic sister. They not rapping like you. Why is it that the Jewish man runs that industry? He dictates what you wear in those music videos. Why is that? Because you should never trust thine enemy, man. We trusted our enemy, and look what he has done. We gave away our spine so he could play puppet with us. He is literally controlling the strings that push our people in certain directions. Because last time I checked, everything that the youth does emulates some type of celebrity or black what do you call it? I won't say idol, but like a I can't think of the word. It's like a black person you look up to, right? Somebody famous. You know, because back then during the 80s, 70s, you was looking at the dope boys on the corner. You was looking at a person that sold drugs and he had a lot of money, he was shining. And then social media and TV came out, and all we had was rap stars to look at that talk. Because a lot of times now they don't do the stuff that they talk about. But they talk about that stuff and you think that's cool, or we think that's cool. And a lot of our kids are getting locked up and dying over this. Did they not just do an indictment for 19 brothers, young brothers? You know what I'm saying? Some of them were rappers that was popping, about to make a lot of money to get out of their circumstances. And what happened? That white man got in that office and he said, "I'm coming for you." This is the crazy part. Even though they was making jokes about it on the internet, that man wasn't playing. And then them young brothers is facing life. They facing life. Their life is over. Their women and their children will have to see them through a plexiglass or whatever window. You know what I'm saying? You have to wake up and go to the bathroom when they say so. You know what I'm saying? Some of them be 23-1, like you in the hole. But instead, nobody taught these brothers that that's the life you will be in, making these decisions outside in the world. That Esau is not to be played with. You know what I'm saying? I remember seeing a video on the board, one of the rappers, right? FX Bender, whatever. And he was talking about like he wasn't playing with dudes. You know what I'm saying? And they thought it was a joke at one point. And a little bit game for people. The feds will not pick you up. Like what blacks and Hispanics we like to do is like we like to look at movies and think it's like that. You know what I'm saying? I remember explaining this to some brothers and sisters. They don't just pick you up as soon as you commit the crime a lot of times, especially when it comes to drugs, and apparently not when it comes to murder, right? They like to let you build a list. You know what I'm saying? They like to let you dig your own grave, because I should pull the scripture, because he's a cunning hunter. Esau, that's what hunters do, right? A hunter, because like when I was trying to learn how to hunt deer, right? You don't just kill I would say a young deer. You don't just do it off a bat, right? A lot of times when you see a little nice young buck, you see it, you got them in your scopes or whatever, your crossbow, whatever you hunting with. You don't automatically just go for the kill and get the meat then. You know what I'm saying? You have to, sometimes you might make the decision, I see him next season. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what happened next season? That deer, that buck might get a little huskier. Gonna have a lot more meat on his bones. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot of times what Esau does. He likes to see you rack up the numbers, likes to see you commit more crimes, because at the same time, you're doing what he wants anyway. He wants you to kill each other. He wants you to continue serving the poison that kills our people. You know what I'm saying? And when he feels as though you ripe for the plucking to go in that cell or whatever, he does it. But that's what you sacrifice when you decide to be of this world and instead of this Bible. This Bible saves you from that. This Bible allows you to be in your family's life. And it gives you something to stand on as a man, as a Black and Hispanic man. You know what I'm saying? And you see online all the time, like, what is a man? What is a man is somebody that can stand on something. You know what I'm saying? You over there trying to stand on your own. There's no way you're going to do it. You're going to fall every time. You know what I'm saying? You're going to fall every time. Nobody can hold the world on his own shoulders. You know what I'm saying? And that's what this Bible teaches you. It teaches you brotherhood, as well as it teaches you that Esau is your damn enemy. It shows you who your enemy is, the characteristics of your enemy, and it's not your brother. It's not. I'm going to read it from the top. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Verse 11, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take a good heed and beware of him. You know what I'm saying? This is a warning. He comes humble. Think about how these artists be getting approached by these labels. Oh yeah, man, we're gonna get you in a good neighborhood. We're gonna do this. Think of how Trump came to office. Especially, he catered to brothers in a certain lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? He tried to cater to brothers he tried to cater to the trades, and he tried to cater to the political brothers, you know what I'm saying? While also dismantling a lot of other brothers going through other circumstances. But in order to get to the brothers the audience he wanted, he had to say certain things. And at some point in that election race, it was like Kamala and him was trying to compete for the Black man's love. But as soon as he got in office, what did he do for you? Besides start a war and say you had to go to war. Besides calling you degenerates. Besides amping up the race to get Hispanics in cages. That's what he did. Did he? If I'm familiar, he also tried to go for the Hispanic audience as well. And the first thing he did, ICE. Slugging, shit crooked. You know what I'm saying? ICE. He wanted to amp up ICE and call them criminals. Everybody but Esau is a criminal in Trump's eyes. What should have showed you that was when Charlie Kirk got shot. Actually, I think when I was at my slave today, they was talking about it. The ballistics, they sent the news article in the group chat. The ballistics to the rifle that killed Charlie Kirk is not matching up. You know what I'm saying? Something ain't right. Something ain't right. What the? Well, you know what I'm saying? He stand up in thy place. Oh, Salakia, wrong. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass. You know what I'm saying? Wipe that looking glass, man. A looking glass is something like you can see, you can spot something. Like it's like you spot something and give a warning. I think back in the day when they had ships that they were sailing, there was a guy at the top. He had a looking glass to join that. What's a good movie to reference? Pirates of the Caribbean. You know how Captain Jack Sparrow had the looking glass, and you would see, oh, land ho. That's how you're supposed to see when Esau come around. Evil, wickedness, right there. That's how you're supposed to look. You know what I'm saying? That's he said. Look at it like. Let me read it again. Salakia. It says, beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Man, it says, pull that looking glass out, wipe it, clean it, make sure you can see through that thing. You know what I'm saying? And you'll see he's still evil. It don't matter how many messages they put out, how much stimulus checks, whatever they saying on that mic, he's still evil. And it is crazy because a lot of other nations see the BS now too, but they'll push a bill in front of your face. It looks like it's something benefiting blacks, but on the back end of that bill or whatever law they trying to push, it's destroying us. It's destroying us. You know what I'm saying? And that's Esau's nature. That's the Republican, the Democrat. That's all their nature. Don't put it past none of them. And nobody's special. I'm gonna go to Deuteronomy 7 and 6. You know what I'm saying? And it's so crazy to me because we would rather forgive Esau for all of those things, right? Because we don't like, for some reason, as blacks in Spain, we don't like doing math. Mathematics will tell you, or Salakia, history will tell you the reason why you grew up the way you grew up is because of Esau. And we know that. As a people, we understand we are in the condition we are in because of drugs, violence, hatred, and slavery. Jim Crow was another one. These are conditions that Esau put on us, but for some reason we still believe my brother is the reason my neighborhood is crappy. But Esau controls the money that comes into my neighborhood. Esau controls the liquor store that's owned by the Asians. You know what I'm saying? He makes sure they get taxed. He makes sure they have to pay for licensing and have the proper licensing or the proper hygiene rules all in that building. He does that. You know what I'm saying? He rules the land. That's his job. For some reason, as a people, we blame our brothers and sisters. Because that's why, Salaki, the Chinese man is able to sell, Lord knows what kind of meat in his store. Lord knows whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? He got liquor in there, malt liquors, beers that was supposed to be consumed in 2009. He got expired alcohol in there. But we want to not have compassion for the brother who was probably molested, abused. You know what I'm saying? Grew up poverty stricken his whole life on why he sits on the corner drunk or high. We want to hate him. We want to look down on him instead of giving that brother a hand. You know what I'm saying? Last time I heard Christ said forgive 7 times 7. You know what I'm saying? Help the brother out. You got a job, give the brother a job. You Mr. Big Man in your company, go help the brother get a job over there. Help him get clean. You know what I'm saying? But you just want to blame him because you don't want the response. You don't want to be a man. Right? The whole talks on social media is about what is a man. A man stands for his people, not just himself, not just his own family. He stands for his brothers and sisters' family. You know what I'm saying? You don't just care for your children, you'll care for your brother's children. That's a man. Not none of this social media vlogger nonsense. So, Lucky, let me get to the scripture. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. Brother, you are holy. You shouldn't look down on that, brother. You shouldn't. Because you are separate from the Esau. Esau looks down on his lower class, not you. Not you. Christ had all the power he needed in the world, on this earth. He wasn't hanging out with the richest. He wasn't just hanging out with other brothers that knew that was the smartest. You know what I'm saying? He hung out with the people. He was for the people. His people. Salaki, I gotta be specific when I talk to my people. He was for his people. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And he says it several times in this Bible. Several times in red, it's written that he came for his people. Let me keep reading. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. God has chosen you to be a certain way. So I would take that responsibility as a prize and hold it. Hold it with some pride. That's how blacks and Hispanics should be walking around. Instead, we like to hold things that mean nothing. You tell a black and Hispanic man they special, they're gonna be like Ashe or some dumb nonsense. You aren't special because your skin is dark. You're special because of your bloodline. Because guess what? Most of the earth is dark. But none of the earth, Salakia, a small percentage of the earth has your bloodline. The bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That is the only one the Lord sees, hears. The rest of them are like a footstool for you. They're for you to use. You ain't supposed to be working so hard in America, building up a nation and getting none of the benefits. You aren't. You are the reason why America is great, not Esau and his military might. No. Without you, that military might wouldn't even be here. All the inventions we made, all the Tuskegees and sisters that sent Esau to the moon, and that wouldn't be here. They would have lost the arms race to Russia, the space race to Russia. Esau is dumb. I was just working with him today. They couldn't dig. Like it's simple things that Esau can't comprehend that you, just as a black and Hispanic, that the Most High blessed you with, you can see. This nation is falling apart fast. It's only been around a short amount of time. Look at gas. Gas, $4. That's and then they got laws and they paying their people nothing, crumbs. That's how they run their nation. That's why you shouldn't even envy to be these type of people. That's how greedy the people in charge of America is. This is the people who run this country. This is the people who run the whole earth. Obviously, the scripture is true when it says the hands are given into the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. You know what I'm saying? Because wicked men rule this planet. This planet is ruled by wicked. I mean, it's already coming out. The Epstein file, we seen Bill Clinton shaking in his boots. Or I only say shaking, he was laughing. You know what I'm saying? Looking at some of these photos of him with little girls. And guess what? That was our president at one point. Every black wasn't we supposed to be voting for Hillary back then? That's her husband. You don't think she wasn't there either? I think she had a trial too. That was her trial too. She was out there. These are the people you voted for. These are the people you wanted to be in rulership. And right now, blacks and Hispanics, we believe in Donald Trump to lead America to what exactly when it comes to this war with Iran? Right now, because Iran throwing these threats about blowing up our grids, our power grids, right? Because I think we did that to them. How do you think that's going to turn out when you out of power? And it's not like it's hard. I don't like, and it goes back to what I said earlier, how we believe the movies are real. It's not like it has to be a special ops mission to go plant C4 on some heavily guarded. No. Blacks, Hispanics, if you look around, right, these little gated areas that you have in your neighborhoods, you might see them near train stations sometimes. Those are called substations, right? A little breakdown. Substations receive power or energy or whatever you want, electricity, right? From generating stations, which are usually in the country or just like in rural parts, because a lot of times there's coal power or they call it fossil because it comes from the earth. That's all that means. Fossil fuel is just coming from the earth. So gasoline, coal, all of that, that's fossil fuel, right? Or they use nuclear, which I think they're trying to get rid of. There's still some nuclear plants around, right? So they use nuclear, or they use, now that'll be devastating if they go over there and blow that up or whatever. And they used, I can't remember what they call it, but they got solar and wind. Those are like the new age. They're not new anymore, but that's like the green thumb type thing. So when you see wind turbines and solar panels, but those things are harder to sustain and higher in maintenance, and they don't produce as much power for the consumer, right? So these things aren't, a lot of times these things are abandoned because there's not enough manpower to just be sitting outside in the cold or the heat or whatever to just be watching 30,000 substations that power the whole city. You know what I'm saying? It's literally a lock and key and a gate. You can just run a truck through there and the whole grid for maybe 2,000 customers go out. You know what I'm saying? So don't think America is untouchable. Don't get comfortable with where you are. You know what I'm saying? Be prepared. I'm not saying monitor and all that stuff, but be prepared. This war is coming to America. And don't just believe Trump. We just read the scripture. Don't trust thine enemy. Don't believe everything Trump is trying to make everybody feel cozy and safe. And we are far, and our mountain ranges protect us, and how far we are from on the ocean protects us. They could already be here. They could already be here. You know what I'm saying? That border, they so worried about Mexicans crossing the border. Most of the videos you see on the ice be Indians, Arabs, Chinese, and they focused on us still. That's how much they hate us. Somehow they at war with all these other nations, right? And they still put a target on you, like you are the problem that's coming across the border. They made a target of Hispanics and said, these guys are criminals, while doing all these proxy wars with Arabs, China, because we ain't forget about Taiwan. And I think Africa has joined up, or certain countries in Africa joined up with Russia. You know what I'm saying? These things are happening, but their hatred for you was so intense. It kind of reminds you of Pharaoh. While all these plagues going on, his people dying, mourning, catching diseases and boils and all types of stuff, losing their sons, the animals, they crop, they water, they losing these things. This nation is falling. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is tearing this Egypt apart. And he still has so much hate in his heart for blacks, Hispanics. He said, nah, you're not getting out of this bondage. Nah, we're not letting you free. That's how much they hate you and don't want you to be with your power, because they know once you are with your power or your God, how unstoppable you can be. You know what I'm saying? America is at a full, I don't even want to say it's like a proxy war anymore. We had a full out war, and they are still talking about ICE. They are still talking about the Hispanic problem. They're still talking about how blacks and Hispanics are criminals. You know what I'm saying? They had the whole drug war and all these different agencies created. We ain't forget about the Red Dogs in Atlanta and how they were brutalizing the projects over there. You know what I'm saying? And how they targeted Judah. And now they're targeting Hispanics. You know what I'm saying? But when they had full-fledged war with Iran, why they not going over there raiding the new fried chicken spot owned by the Arabs, who's probably funding groups over there? You know what I'm saying? Who's probably sending money back home, because a lot of immigrants do send money back home to their family and their friends and all this money going shelling back. But for some reason, black man, you are the number one priority in crime. You're the number one threat to America. These are the things we got to look at, man. This is why the Bible says never trust thine enemy, and why you're holy, and these other nations know that you're holy. The most high. The oppressor knows that you're holy unto the Lord. They have this book too. They have this book too, because they know who they are, but they took the identity from us. Because they know if you have your identity, you will be a great nation. You'll separate from America. You'll allow America to fail. But instead, we have so many uppity Uncle Ruckus who want to hold tight to America. You know what I'm saying? When the Bible says, come out of her, for you will catch her diseases, man. You will catch every plague the Lord sends to America. You'll catch it. COVID-19 was a terrible, terrible thing, and it affected a lot of people. You know how terrible, and this is so crazy. As a people, we should have realized COVID-19 was so extreme, it came out of nowhere. First off, think about how fast COVID hit and how fast them governments shut down. And that was a light disease. That was light. That was like the Lord testing the water. That was like send them a message so they know that I'm still watching. I'm still listening. You know what I'm saying? COVID-19 was light. And think about how you live your everyday life. And you know, it's so crazy. We say it every day. Think about if you were a person that's in the property, think about the housing market before COVID-19. They call it pre-COVID-19. How life was. Think about how schools were, education systems before COVID-19. Think about all of that. And that was just something like the Lord sent. Imagine what he has in store for this nation. Imagine. So don't look at this Iranian war and take everything Trump says to heart. Like, oh, we got Iran they scared of us and they're not going to war. They already stomped out Iran's leaders and all of this. Don't believe none of that crap Trump is talking about. A war is coming, and it's coming to America. America is trying its hardest to pull out, but it will not. They put the dumbest dummy in charge. Man, Trump is in office for a reason. Just like how they said, what was it? Nero played his fiddle while Rome burned. I can't wait for whatever saying they have for how America burned. You know, so I think it was Emperor Nero, one of the last emperors that was in charge of Rome before it burned down, because he was a fool. He allowed things to happen and infiltrate, and the quote unquote barbarians tore down Rome. You know what I'm saying? History tends to repeat itself. What was that? Deuteronomy 7:6. The Lord, I'm going to repeat. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Them Arabs should not be able to, we should make it a law when we get in charge, but they should not be able to just come to your neighborhood and make fried chicken and make millions off of you. They should not. There should not have been lines wrapped around the corner for their fried chicken. And it's what do you call it? Mid. That thing trash. Ain't as good as when your mom made it or your father made it. It's never going to be as good because they are not you. They will never play or Salakia. They will never do the things that you do as good as you. They will try to emulate, but they can never be. Black Hispanic man, you are the greatest thing upon the face of this earth. And God knows that because he created you to be that way. Everybody has a role to play on this earth. Yours is to be great and serve him. Does not every father want his son to shine? Do you not want to? Why wouldn't the Lord want to see his children shine? Why would he not want Israel to shine? Which is why he blesses you with the gifts that he gives us. You wasting your talents on entertainment, shucking and jiving, on trying your hardest to be in the NBA and NFL and all that. Imagine, I remember hearing this one time, a football player, a quarterback, one of our great quarterbacks, Cam Newton. What's the other brother name? About what's the Lynch brother? You know what I'm saying? Imagine those brothers on the battlefield. You know what I'm saying? You worried about tossing a ball around. You are Esau's entertainment. That's what we prefer to be. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with playing sports, but when you decide to dedicate your whole life and your children's life to those things, that's a problem. Go to Florida and see how they treat children when it come to that football. It's like a damn what do you call it? Like it's a part of the culture. Like you gotta play football. You know what I'm saying? It's like they bred to play football out there. They're in Alabama. A couple of homeboys I served with in the Army, they played football. And they was telling me, like, if you ain't played football, you a nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the lifestyle. And this is what they dedicate. This is what you sacrifice your children to. And then they got all these things, or I won't say not too long ago, but around like 2010, 2016, or whatever that was, about how these football players was getting these diseases in their head because of all the blows they were taking. And the NFL was not paying for it. A big lawsuit. Imagine how many billions of dollars the NFL made before they actually had to start paying up. NFL been around for a long time. And they just started paying you. Let's go even deeper. How long have these NCAAs, these college football leagues, you know what I'm saying? All these college sports made billions of dollars over blacks and Hispanics playing. And they just now started paying you what in the last 5-7 years? These NIL deal, you were able to get an NIL deal. You was going to jail. If you was going to jail, lost your career, and you had to pay money. If you was caught taking any type of funds from anybody. You know what I'm saying? These colleges were paying them under the cover, but if you were caught, was there consequences to pay? You know what I'm saying? Because they had these rules for blacks and Hispanics never to become something. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even the conversations now with Esau, you talk to some even brothers, they feel like a college player should not receive money. You know what I'm saying? You broke already in college. You're a child. You're young. No money. And they see you getting more, like, Esau don't want to see you shine. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you get out of place, they just rather see you in the most stereotypical ways ever. Like, why? Like, you got coworkers that look at you like, why are you getting paid the same as me? Like, they looking at you like, why are you buying these things like I buy them? They feel like you should be in those trap houses. You should be on the corner on drugs and an alcoholic. They want you to be those things. It's your job not to. Not because of Esau, because your Lord, your God told you not to. He gave you rules. He gave you commandments. Now follow them. Follow the instruction the Most High gave you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get second Ezra 6:54. Allergies acting up. This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 6, verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. All right, I'm gonna start from the top. And after these, so to start the verse, it's talking about after these men, right? Because we're not like the Jewish culture. We don't go after women. Like we don't base our ethnicity, our culture, none of that off of what the mom was. It was always off of what the man was. Because guess what? Regardless of what the feminist movement says or what America says, the life is in the man. Just think about it. Who has the living cells when you look under a microscope? The man or the womb? You know what I'm saying? Adam also, whom thou has made it Lord of thy creatures. You know what I'm saying? Adam. Everybody knows the story of Adam and Eve, or I hope you do. Like, Adam was, in Christianity, they would consider him the first man and woman, but in truth, Adam is your first brother that came into the truth. He was shown the truth by the Most High. Right? Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures. Adam, as we know, was made to name the creatures, or the animals and the creatures of this earth. You know what I'm saying? He was made to name the cow and the calf and all of these things. He was the one made to control these land. He was told to till the land. You know what I'm saying? Because he was like we're supposed to be. He was in charge of this earth. Like an Hispanic man, we are supposed to be in charge of the earth. We're supposed to dictate who gets fed, who don't. We're supposed to dictate how much food goes there and all of that. Because guess what? You are a righteous people. I don't care if you think you the evilest demon on the block. You not. You're fair at heart. You're trying to emulate something that was told to you was false. And then it's so crazy, because even when we try to do those things, look at most of those tapes. Look at First 48. How many of those killers, those drug dealers, they start breaking down crying in those courtrooms, or when themselves, or they talk, or they rap about it when they finally come out after 10, 20 years, how they broke down in themselves and cried and wished they didn't do it and all of that. And they realized they were stupid and young. Go to them jails and talk to some of them old heads that been in there forever. You know what I'm saying? Black Hispanic man, that is not you. But go talk to Esau. He's standing on his bodies. He do not give a damn. He enjoys the blood that he spilled. That is his nature. Don't let it be yours. Because anytime you try to emulate that man, you end up dead. You end up impoverished. Your family end up impoverished, suffering. Your wife will end up lonely because you're dead or in jail, raising the child that y'all both were supposed to raise together. That's what you sacrificed. That is what you sacrificed when you decided to give your life to them streets. And that's why I feel bad for them brothers that got caught up in that indictment, having fun, doing drills in the streets, making music and songs about it, thinking they would never get caught. You fell for that white man's trap. Of him come we all, and the peace and the people also whom thou hast chosen. Of him come we all, meaning everybody comes from Adam, because guess what? After the flood, who was left? Noah and his children, and he was from Adam. So out of Noah came Abraham. Abraham, the father of many nations, right? But it says, hold on, let me go back to it. And the people also whom thou hast chosen, meaning there's a chosen people that came out of Adam. If you go down the lineage, the Bible tells you Adam, and then you had Noah. Out of Noah came other people, then you came Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The Bible describes who's this chosen people this verse is talking about. It's all in the Old Testament. Nowhere do you see that it says Esau was chosen, because it tells you about these other nations that came about. After that, it's just like the Lord just was like, and yeah, they gave birth to him and him and him. But this guy Isaac, that's going on his story, and the rest of them just filter off. You know, they're like side characters in this main character, this main group of people are the constant main character. You know what I'm saying? This should debunk all of that We all bleed this. No, that's stupidest. That's the stupidest thing because an animal bleeds. And it says Adam was above creatures. A bug bleeds. You smash a spider, it has blood. You know what I'm saying? So Christianity is stupid. And it says, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. So the Most High chose blacks and Hispanics. Again, reiterates that the Most High chose a people. You know what I'm saying? He chose a people, and these chosen people are made to rule this planet. You know what I'm saying? As chosen people obviously have to rule under Christ. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I want to say we are. There's a hierarchy set in place by the Lord. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to follow that hierarchy. And Christ is the head of man. You know what I'm saying? So Christ is the king. Black and Hispanic and Native Indian men, you're supposed to be that governing body to rule the planet. This whole earth. Because guess what? When you follow Christ, you're following the Most High. You're following his laws, statutes, and commandments. If not, you will pay. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord is going to show you how you're going to pay. Because he's going to make an example out of Esau. When you don't follow these statutes and commandments, things will happen. You know what I'm saying? You won't live a long life. You won't live a long and healthy life. You'll probably live a painful one. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times in small instances, the Lord shows us that in our everyday lives. When you see a person that's hooked on drugs, do they look like a lifestyle? Does that look like a lifestyle you would want to indulge in? When somebody's selling said drugs, does it look like a lifestyle you want to indulge in? I know a rapper likes to paint it like it's a beautiful lifestyle, but then you wonder why these rappers who never committed these crimes get shot and killed because they tried to commit these said crimes. Because these actual brothers and sisters that are trying to commit these crimes are losing best friends, 10-year relationships. They live lonely lives because you can't tell people your whereabouts. You have to always be on the move. You have to switch phones. You ain't opening bank accounts, or you're trying to find out how to wash some money. You know what I'm saying? So it's a certain, like, you in and out of trap houses if you're a low level guy. Like all of this lifestyle, does that sound like something you want? Because eventually, brother, you're gonna want kids. Because now it's not just about you watching your own back. You have to make sure you're, like every father, you have to make sure your kids are straight. You want to make sure your kids straight, don't sell drugs. Don't be in the streets trying to bully and commit crimes, robbing and killing for no reason. Because guess what? There's always going to be somebody meaner and somebody badder. And so guess what? Some people don't care if that's your child or if that's a woman. They can get it too, is what they would say. You know what I'm saying? Verse 55. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. The Lord made this earth for our sakes, his chosen sake. You know what I'm saying? He made this world for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. He didn't make it for Esau. He didn't make it for the Arab or the Iranian or the African. He made it for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. He made it for you. Even though it doesn't seem like it at times, because we're so impoverished, we're so much suffering going on in our community. He made this earth for you. And it's about time we take back that mantle. In order for the Most High want to come and destroy America, we have to start following his commandments. We have to start being a brother to our brothers. That's a heavy one, because we forgive every other nation but our brothers. Just like I said earlier, never trust thine enemy. Esau, the African, the East Indian, the Asian, Japanese, Australian, whatever you want to call them. They are your enemies. They are not your brothers. We do not sing Kumbaya with them. We do not break bread with them. You break bread with your brother, the same brother that went through the same poverty, goes through the same issues, suffers the same racism, suffers the same discrimination as you. It's not a skin color thing. Stop that. That's goofiness. It's not about the color of your skin, because we see, don't matter if you light-skinned it. You know what I'm saying? Don't matter. They still treating you the same. Stop following those simple tactics they try to put to separate us. Verse 56. As for the other people which also come from Adam. So now we're saying there's more people that came from Adam, like I said earlier. You got your East Indians, your Asians, Africans, you got Islam, the Arabs. You know what I'm saying? All of these people come from Adam. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing. You know what I'm saying? The Most High said they are nothing. That's a harsh thing to say to somebody. That is a really harsh statement to say to somebody. You're nothing to me. And this is the power. Like, this is God. He's saying this to one of his creations. He created these beings. They are nothing. When it comes to you, they are nothing. They are a tool used. And he discards them when he wants. But you, he cared about. How it was broken down to me is like he has his favorite, man. Like, think about how when you got cookies or you make a food or a plate, how I make my plates, at least, right? I gotta have a vegetable, right? I don't care if it tastes good or not. I know I just have to have a vegetable. And sometimes I might not like them vegetables, but I know for sure that one part of my plate, which is usually the protein, I'm gonna make sure I enjoy that protein. You know what I'm saying? That's my protein. I make sure I season it up, all that. But when it comes to that vegetable, I might not even eat it. Put it to the side like a child. But this part of the meal is mine. I cater to that. I love it. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Most High is doing. He doesn't care for these side characters. These are not important people. They play a role, a partial role. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times it's just to cater to you or to compliment you. You know what I'm saying? Soon enough, Esau will be at the heel of your boot. He will serve you. That day is coming to a Black and Hispanic and Native Indian man. Soon he will be bowed to you. He'll be bowing the ground that you walk on, saying how great you are as a nation. But be like unto spittle. I mean, it got even worse when he called him spittle. You know, so he called you spit. He called you the thing that's like, you ever seen a smoker when he's like, usually smokers be having white crap around his mouth, right? And all that's spittle. That's what he is. When you talking, you got spittle. You got spit coming out sometimes. That's what Esau is. Don't think the Jewish man is any type of special character or special people. He's spittle unto the Most High, which is why he's going through what he's going through right now. Which is why he getting bombs dropped on him too by Iran. Supersonic missiles and all that. They thought they could just get America joined in this war and think they was about to be scot-free again. Nope. Iran had an answer for them. And has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. He literally likened the abundance of them, meaning the mass of them, like a drop in a bucket. Meaning it don't matter if it's one or two, all of them is crap. All of them is nothing. They are nothing to the Most High. Most High wouldn't even notice them. You know what I'm saying? They're like a drop in a big bucket. They're like a cog in a way bigger machine. He don't care for them. You know what I'm saying? And for him to put this in his Bible to describe him in such a what do you call it? A downing way speaks a lot on how he sees them as a people. And if he sees them like that, how do you think we should see them? If he hiked us up if he put us on a pedestal like he loved us so much and he put them down so low, how should you feel as a Black and Hispanic man? You should not feel depressed, sad that you're Black now. You should feel like I'm better than the people that's in charge of this country, and a power that's greater than Trump, that's greater than the bombers they got, that's greater than these nukes. Your power is, he created all of these things. Everything that you think the white man created, who you think was the inspiration? Who you think gave him that thought to create that? Who you think gave you the thought to create that, I should say? A lot of times we starting to find out in history, and history likes to repeat itself. Black man, you created a lot more than they like to say, that they like to give you credit for. When that history starts coming, it's starting to come out. But when it comes out a little more that you had a hand to play in a lot of that, are we then going to start holding ourselves accountable? Salakia, holding ourselves to that that mantle that the Most High gave us? Are we going to start holding ourselves like that? Maybe. Let me get Psalms 147 and 19. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 147, verse 19. He sheweth his word unto Jacob. So the Most High showed his word to Jacob. Who is Jacob? He is the progenitor of Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians. His word is what? This truth, this Bible, these laws, statutes, and commandments. Who you are as a people, your history, chronological history, your bloodline. He showed that to Jacob. He showed everything. He showed that to Jacob, right? Just like he showed Adam, right? And a lot of times when the Bible talks about like somebody that's already passed in the future story, when I say past, like has already died, but they bring him up like he showed Jacob, it's talking about the nation. It's talking about the nation of people. So in this scripture right here, it's talking about he showed Israel. Where was I at? So I get 19. He showed his word unto Jacob, and he showed his word to Israel and Israel only. These law, statutes, and commandments was only to be given to us. You know what I'm saying? So when we get back into God's good graces, that means we will not be sharing it with Esau. We will not be trying to break bread with Esau. They will be following the laws we set down. Because guess what? Just like how you got to teach the cow or teach the dog not to piss all in the house or piss, like destroy or kick, whatever. You know what I'm saying? If you know anything about farming, when it comes to animals, you have to train these animals. Even if the animals are only for meat and milk and all of that, you have to train them a certain way. And guess what? Esau is a damn animal. The African is a damn animal. And you have to teach them the righteous way to do things. And guess what? You go over to Africa, they eating babies. They are circumcising vaginas. I need to say that louder to the sisters that believe in that Ashe nonsense. They are circumcising vaginas because they think you should not have feeling. Go ahead and get with a Nigerian man if you want. They are cutting it off. Is that what you want? That's not what the Lord wants for you. You know what I'm saying? Let me get back to where I was. You know what I'm saying? He gave these laws, statutes, and commandments to us to give order to this earth. Because without us, the earth would be where it's at right now. The earth will be where it's at right now. You go to Africa, they are running wild still. I never thought in a million years, you know what I'm saying, growing up, I would see on TV till this day, Africans are still blowing inside of a cow's behind. They are still putting their face in cow butt in 2026, wearing togas, not togas, whatever they wear, basically a diaper, butt naked. No, they ain't got no lotion down there. Still rubbing poop in their hair. This is what happens when we're not in charge. Them Africans running wild over there. They need some order. Esau allows them to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's why they don't need to be in charge. You go look at India. I remember last year they was going viral with how disgusting they were. I was so glad that the Lord revealed how disgusting them damn Hindus is. They live in trial. When you see that movie Slumdog Millionaire, did you think that wasn't real life? Did you think that was culturally like, oh, this is so cultural? Like, you see how simple you are? You looked at that and was like, let me go be a Hindu. The people that created that, that's their home. That's their space. I wouldn't even trust nobody that has a house that has junk everywhere, because you can't think. I can't think straight when there's junk everywhere. I can't. I don't know what Judite that does. I need air. All this trash everywhere. The dude wiping his hands under his, I don't even know why, but he wiping his hands under his sweaty underarms and then serving people food. These other nations are running wild. But we want to follow these other nations. You know what I'm saying? The Most High gave the word unto you, man. The Most High gave the title to you. He gave command to you to rule this planet, because without it, you would have had what we have today. That's the lesson. You know what I'm saying? You would have what you had today. Don't even get me started on Asia and Esau, man. They buck wild. They buck wild. And then they like to call us animals and criminals. You got more civilization within your low state. You know what I'm saying? Without your inventions, they still be running around with candles. They still be trying to figure out if what's on the moon, or how to get there. They would have killed tens of thousands of people before the actual rocket made it to the moon without us. That's how important blacks and Hispanics are. You know what I'm saying? And with that, we are the Isupk, start on 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Salaki, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. With that, make sure you make it to Passover. I believe it's Saturday in Houston, Texas. You know what I'm saying? I'll be out there. Lord willing, I make it. You know what I'm saying? I'll meet up with my brothers. Make sure you make it. And yeah, shalom.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The ISUPK, under Commanding General Yohana, presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person, ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yohana. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.